Chapter 10 Biomolecules, 12th Chemistry, and there is important questions for board exam. Let us see the question. Which protein transports oxygen in blood flow? It is hemoglobin. Enzyme which enhances the conversion of glucose to ethanol? It is gymase. In human body, carbohydrate is stored in the form of glycogen. Change in optical rotation of freshly prepared solution of sugar after some time is called inversion. Formula of most familiar disaccharide is C12H22O11. The following statement is false in relation to ribose. It contains 6 carbon atoms. It is false because it has 6 carbon atoms. Next is starch is a polymer of glucose element present in vitamin B12. It is cobalt. Amount of glucose in blood is determined by the Benedict's solution. Vitamin B is thiamine. Deficiency of vitamin C leads to scurvy. Most of effective energy reservoir in all living cells is ATP. Disaccharide present in milk is lactose, which is not found in RNA. It is not found in thiamine. Deficiency of which vitamin causes rickets? Vitamin D. Now see the question in fill in the blanks. By the oxidation of glucose, 38 molecules of AT are produced. The breaking of complex molecules in organism is known as catabolism. In hyperglycemia, the amount of sugar in blood cells increases. Deficiency of vitamin A leads to eye disease. Deficiency of iodine leads to goiter disease. Blood balance the temperature of the entire body. Insulin hormone balances the amount of sugar in blood. Vitamin K is responsible for clotting of the blood. Denaturation does not affect the primary structure of protein. Protein is polymer of amino acids. Amino acid is the basic unit of protein. Uracil is not present in DNA. Hemoglobin is a complex or coordination compound of iron. Oils and fats obtained from plants and animals organisms are called lipids. Now the question is match the following. Night blindness. So night blindness occurs due to vitamin A. Rickets, it is due to vitamin D. Virility, it is due to vitamin E. Beriberi, it is due to vitamin B1. Anemia, it is due to vitamin B12. Hair fall, it is due to biotin. Milk, lactose, sugar. Heteropolysaccharide, it is a glycogen. Now the question for one word or one sentence. Write the chemical name of vitamin C. It is ascorbic acid. Tell the source of vitamin K. It is green leafy vegetables. Is responsible for clotting of blood. Vitamin K. It is also known as phyloquinone. Which bond links amino acids together? It is peptide bond. How many amino acids are synthesized by human body? 10. Cellulose is a linear polymer of which glucose? It is beta glucose. Now, in RNA molecule, which pyrimidine is present in place of thymine? It is uracil. Lactose on hydrolysis gives glucose and lactose, glucose and glucose. Glucose contains pyranose ring, whereas fructose contains furanose ring. Furanose ring. In polysaccharides, monosaccharide units are linked to each other by which bond? It is glycosidic bond. Which protein helper for clotting blood known as? It is fibrinogen. Write one example of monosaccharide carbohydrates. It is glucose or fructose. What is the name of disaccharide sugar present in the milk? It is lactose. Write the reaction of hydrolysis of sucrose. This is a reaction C12H22O11 H2O. It is glucose and it is fructose. They have same formula, structure is different. What is oligosaccharides? Carbohydrates that yield 2 to 10 monosaccharide units are called oligosaccharides in the hydrolysis process. Write two examples of fibrous protein. It is keratin and myosin. Where does the water present in egg go after boiling the egg? When egg is boiled, the denaturation of protein and the coagulation takes place probably through the H bonding, hydrogen bonding. Water present in the egg gets absorbed during the denaturation and disappears. In this process, the globular protein in egg changes into insoluble fibrous protein. Why cannot vitamin C be stored in our body? Vitamin C is soluble in water. It cannot be stored in our body because it is easily excreted in urine. What are proteins? Proteins are high molecular mass nitrogen containing complex organic compound found in protoplasm of all animals and plants. Chemically, protein is condensation of polymer of alpha amino acids. Next question. What are essential and non essential amino acids? Give two examples of each. Essential amino acids. The amino acids which our body cannot make and must be obtained through diet. Example: valine, isoleucine, arginine, lysine, threonine. Non-essential amino acids. These are the amino acids which our body can make. That is glycine, alanine, glutamic acid, aspartic acid, glutamine, serine, etc. Differentiate between globular protein and fibrous protein. I have written it is in point wise. You can make table for it. First of all, globular protein. They have coiled by ball-like structure. For fibrous protein, these molecules have long threads-like structure. For globular protein, they have three-dimensional structure. For fibrous protein, they have sheet-like structure. For globular protein, they are soluble in water and aqueous solution of salt and base. For fibrous protein, these are insoluble in water. Globular protein, these proteins are inactive towards temperature and pH value. Fibrous protein are active towards temperature and pH value. What are monosaccharides? Monosaccharides are the carbohydrates which cannot be hydrolyzed further to give simpler units of polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketones. Next question. What are disaccharides? Write general formula for disaccharides. Disaccharides are sugar which are formed by combination of two monosaccharides by removal of one molecule of water. Both monosaccharides are of hexose type in which one unit is glucose. Thus disaccharides are of aldose or aldose ketose type. General formula for disaccharides is C12H22O11. Examples are sucrose, maltose, or lactose. What is the basic structural difference between starch and cellulose? Starch consists of two components, amylose and amylopectin. Amylose is a long linear polymer of 200 to 1000 alpha D glucose units held by C1C4 glycosidic linkage. It is soluble in water. Amylopectin is branched chain polymer of alpha D plus glucose linkage, whereas the branching occurs by C1C6 glycosidic linkage. It is insoluble in water. On the other hand, cellulose is a straight chain of polysaccharide composed only of beta D plus glucose units which are formed by glycoside linkage between C1 of glucose and unit of C4 of next unit of glucose. What is glycogen? How it is different from starch? The carbohydrates are stored in animal body as glycogen. It is present in liver, muscles and brain. Enzymes break the glycogen down to the glucose when the body needs glucose. Glycogen is more highly branched than amylopectin starch. Glycogen chain consists of 10 to 14 glucose units, whereas amylopectin starch glycogen chain consists of 20 to 25 glucose units. Next question. Write two differences between alpha amino acid and protein. Alpha amino acids, they are simple compounds having amino and carboxylic acid group. On combining amino acid gives dipeptide, polypeptide and then protein. Example is glucose, lysine. Sorry, glucose is not, it is only lysine. Protein. Proteins are complex nitrogenous compounds. Protein on hydrolysis gives amino acids. Example hemoglobin, casein. Define polysaccharides. Give example also. Polysaccharides are natural isomers which have molecular weight up to many lakhs. Generally, formula of polysaccharides is C6H10O5 taken N, where value of N is from 12 to thousands. These are complex material which are formed by condensation of monosaccharides. These compounds contain glycosidic bonds, example starch or cellulose. What is invert sugar? Cane sugar is dextrorotatory D plus, which gives equimolar mixture of monosaccharides. This mixture is levorotatory. Hence, the mixture of glucose and fructose obtained as a result of hydrolysis of cane sugar is called invert sugar, and this is the formula. C12H22O11 is this cane sugar and derotatory, and after hydrolysis we get glucose and fructose, they are levorotatory. Next question is give the names and functions of any four proteins found in human. It is hemoglobin, transports transport of oxygen from lungs to different tissues of body. Myosin for motion of muscles. Pepsin as a catalyst in biochemical reactions or for the digestion of protein. It is found in stomach. Keratin present in hairs, nails and teeth. What are nucleic acids? Mention their two important functions. Nucleic acids are long chain polymers of nucleotides. They are also called polynucleotides. Nucleic acids are mainly of two types, the deoxyribonucleic acid DNA and ribonucleic acid RNA. Functions. DNA is responsible for transmission of hereditary effects from one generation to another. This is due to unique property of replication during cell division into two identical DNA strands are transferred to the daughter cells. DNA and RNA are responsible for the synthesis of all proteins needed for growth and maintenance of our body. Actually, the proteins are synthesized by various RNA molecules, mRNA and tRNA in the cell, but the message for the synthesis a particular protein is present in the DNA. Next question, write the important structural and functional difference between DNA and RNA. These differences are pointwise. You can write it on table. Occurs mainly in the nucleus of the cell. It contains the sugar deoxyribose, does not contain nitrogenous base uracil. It has double strand helix. It is responsible for transmission of heredity character. Alkaline hydrolysis is quite slow. Ratio of adenine thymine is 1 and guanine cytosine is 1. Now for RNA, occurs in the cytoplasm of cell. It contains sugar, ribose, does not contain nitrogenous base thymine. It has double as well as single strand helix. It helps in protein biosynthesis. Alkaline hydrolysis takes place readily. Such ratio is not present. How are vitamins classified? Name the vitamins responsible for the coagulation of the blood. On the basis of solubility in water or fat, the vitamins are generally classified into two groups. Water soluble vitamins. These includes vitamin B complex, that is B1, B2, B3, B4, B6, B12, and nicotinic acid, and vitamin C. Fat soluble vitamins are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. Liver cells are rich in fat soluble vitamins. Vitamin K is responsible for the coagulation of blood. What happens when protein is denatured? Or explain the denaturation of protein. Disruption of tertiary structure of protein is called denaturation. These reactions takes place by heating in presence of acids or highly concentrated salts or heavy metals. Denaturation does not affect the primary structure of protein. Denaturation takes place in the rearrangement of secondary and tertiary structures. As a result of this, protein loses its biological activity. Example, boiling of egg. Now question is, what are carbohydrates? Write its classification and four main functions. Optically active polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones, or substances which yield these on hydrolysis are known as carbohydrates. Example, glucose, starch, cellulose, sucrose, etc. Classification of carbohydrates: they are sugars and non-sugars. For non-sugars, they are starch and cellulose. For sugars, they are monosaccharides. In monosaccharides, example is glucose, fructose, galactose. Second, oligosaccharides, in it is disaccharide like sucrose, disaccharide, raffinose, tetrasaccharide, stachyose. Now, functions of carbohydrates. It is main structural component of the cell. It acts as a biofuel and provides energy to organism for doing work. This is oxidation process. It is glucose. After oxidation, it gives CO2, H2O, or energy. Carbohydrate is stored in the liver as a glycogen, which hydrolysis to provide the energy required. Cellulose is found in grass plants which provide energy to animals grazing grass because these animals possess specific enzymes which hydrolyzes cellulose is. सेलुलोज थोड़ा सा यहाँ पर है, तो सेलुलोज जो है ये, again I read this point, fourth point. Cellulose is found in cell wall, grass and plants provide energy to animals grazing grass because these animals possess specific enzymes which hydrolyzes cellulose to glucose. Starch is also found in animals which store energy in the form of starch. The next question, write the functions of the following vitamins: vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. Vitamin A for vision and growth develops resistance against diseases. Vitamin D for bones, control of metabolism of calcium and phosphorus. Vitamin E, virility in man and reproduction. Vitamin K, coagulation of the blood. So practice, share and subscribe the channel.